welcome to part 4 of A Bunch of Dads on the Man Cave.
We kind of touched on this already. I'll ask the question anyway. Chris, this is for you. So, would you say that this is a group of a positive men, angry men, a mix? What would you say?
I think it's a group of exactly mixed. I think it's a group of men who are positive, and I think you know what? I can answer this. Some of the best people I know have had some of the worst days of their lives on our page, and they've done and said some really bad things out of absolute anger, and they're positive people by nature, but like we've been saying, we're taught not to talk, we're taught not to say feelings, so they've built up so much. They get onto a place and either at one, they don't know how to unload, or two, they unload on the wrong people for the wrong reason. So I think it's a group of positive men, and I think a lot of these positive men are really angry about the position of where dads are set up. And I think I think some people are really just angry. Everybody's angry about something. I don't care how positive you are. And if you're in this group, you're absolutely angry about something because you were obviously looking for a support group. You're looking for a group to support a cause of some sort because that cause made you angry, it made you down or something, and you're looking for that positivity. So I think we're a group of men who are trying to be positive, but maybe went in there a lot of times because they're a little bit angry, a little bit pissed off.
And here's the thing, because I've dealt with situations very similar to that with guys, particularly guys who are going through divorce, separation, paternity fraud, because I've seen this happen with guys, is when they blow up. It's like a nuclear blast near ground zero. And sometimes when that happens, you have to kind of ride that out a little bit until they realize, okay, I'm getting my wits about me. The guys around me are being patient enough to recognize that, okay, I had a moment and I needed to vent. Do you find that as an admin, do you find that you have to intervene sometimes, where you have to sort of try to, okay, guy, I got you. I hear what you're saying. You got to tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, we find ourselves having to do that a lot. I mean, some guys, they're angry due to the situations they're in, and they've reached that breaking point, and they're exploding. And it's always, hey, look, calm down. We understand you're mad. Most of us get it. A lot of the dads in our group seem to be going through. I've been married for XX years, and now it's falling apart. Oh, I just split with my significant other. They're angry. They don't know how to express it. They've never been taught to express it, and it's their child is being used as a pawn against them. So they're mad, and there are other guys who've already been down that road, and they see it and they're like, yeah, screw that. I had the same thing happen to me, blah blah blah, and then we start getting that mob mentality. Yeah. And that's when we as the admins jump in. All right, hey, look, we get it. You're upset. Take a deep breath. Reassess the situation. Yeah, it's rough. It can get better. You've got to want it to get better. You've got to take those extra steps to try to make things right. But for the most part, we just try to be there for these guys, man. I mean, try to be that ear that a lot of our members never had growing up.
So do you find that you have to strike a healthy balance there where you let people say what they have to say, but okay, guys, all right, we got your message. You said it 3 or 4 times in 3 different ways. Got it. Let's move on to the next thing.
Yeah, we tend to get a lot of the repetitive posts that are the same thing over and over, and then we try to jump in. We as the admins, we'll get in our chat, and it's like, all right, guys, the mood is kind of getting sour. We got to figure out something to change this. Somebody make a post about something to just there's no better word, to go ahead and distract from this and get their focus elsewhere. Let's get the positivity back flowing in our group. So one of us maybe will post a joke, or somebody will be like, man, just post a funny meme and just let it go from there. We do damage control, but we try not to have to do damage control, if that makes sense. Yeah, we try to prepare ourselves for whatever's going to get thrown at us day by day.
Does a bunch of dads coordinate dad-related events or sponsor any programs or support any charities? And if so, which ones?
Well, this past Saturday, Chris had the honor and privilege, and I'm so proud that he did this, man. He hosted our very first meetup, which was a softball game. He said it had a pretty good turnout, which was amazing, Chris. Again, man, I so appreciate that you did that. It is just starting. We have so much in store for the group and charities, and a sense of community of what we're going to do hasn't even been touched yet. I know I myself have brought to the team some of the ideas that I have, and it's the main objective and the main consensus is that's it, to help in your area.
Yep.
Get a bunch of guys together in your community. Do meetups. You know what I mean? What can we do to possibly, maybe do some food drives or do some charity work.
Do you offer support or advice to men who are suffering with their own personal paternity fraud nightmares? Do you partner with any other groups that focus on this and other topics that affect dads? And have there been requests from your membership for some advice or direction? And if so, how do you handle those kinds of requests?
Oh, we've had actually a lot of requests for those. Paternity fraud is a big issue. I mean, in our society, especially in America. I mean, I don't want to get into the particulars of that because that's a show.
That's a whole other show. I've got a few shows on that. So
exactly. But we do get a lot of requests, and what we try to do is instead of if it's someone like me who I have experience with paternity fraud, but from the child point of view, not from the parent point of view. So I don't really have experience in that. So what we try to do is if I don't have experience in that, what we'll do is we'll tag someone and we'll make sure we find the resource for them to get an answer. Because the whole idea is, yeah, you have this issue, it's a serious issue, and you need to have this resource. As far as groups, I mean, we're starting to partner with groups. I mean, Gabriel's a huge inspiration. We're trying to start partnering with guys like him and figuring out what we can do to figure out what we can do more for causes like this. There are so many worthy causes. I mean, paternity fraud is absolutely one. I mean, the friend of the court period is a joke in America. So father's rights period are honestly father's rights are our big objective. So paternity fraud, while it necessarily it's a sector of it, but yeah, we're going to partner with everybody we can, and we haven't gotten to the point where we've been able to collect business contracts, sponsorships, and stuff like that to be sure, but we're getting there. I mean, we're in our infancy. We've just hit 1 year at August 16th. So we're really now just figuring out what we can do and what we can be, So being an infant, we're trying to crawl before we walk and run, because if you get too big too fast, and you can really take a good thing and you can ruin it. All right.
Hello.
We have conversations about taboo subjects all the time. I mean, whether it be polygamy and stuff like that. We have guys who have taboo topics, and they try and do Ask Me Anything sessions because of their some taboo topics, because they're actually trying to put themselves out there. We even honestly, and I know it's not really a big topic that people like to bring up, but we've had transgender dads come out and say, "Hey, I'm a transgender father. Ask me anything." And you would think for a group of dads that it would be 100% accepted, but sometimes that's a little bit hard for people. That's a taboo subject. That's hard hitting. So we have those subjects, and we do sometimes have to monitor how they go. We try to keep it civil. I mean, that's our only really big rule is keep it civil. Don't attack somebody. If you do, we tend to try to delete the comment and private message the person, let them know we don't tolerate that here. This is a support group. This person put themselves out there for you to ask them a question, not for you to attack them. So we have conversations like that a lot, and we try to keep it in a no judgment, open atmosphere. I mean, it's really hard to do with 46,000 dads because you have 99% up good, you've got 1% up to no, and still about 460 people.
Where would you envision a bunch of dads being in 5 years? What is your vision for this?
We're at 45,000 members. I would like to see us in 5 years, 10 million dads strong, truly worldwide,
Yeah.
truly doing events every weekend, charity work every weekend, making differences in not just little differences like we do now. I want to be able to help people pay bills when they can't, help children when they're sick. That's what I want.
Yes.
That's what I want ABOD to do in 5 years, and I think we have a really good shot at that because we got a really good group of people trying to do the right thing, not something just to do it. So I think for
That's
us, yeah,
right.
I want to do as much good as possible with this group, and I think we can do it honestly. So if we do things right, we'll hit it. If we keep true, if we do things morally on the straight, we'll be all right. I think that's what we need.
Matt, let's get your
I
thoughts.
agree with 100% with what everything Chris has said. It's a vision that all of us has had for a while now, just it not being just a group on Facebook, but it growing into so much more than that. That's why now we have our page. Anybody out there could go on the page, see what we're about, being in the actual closed group where it's more.
We're even working on a website.
It'll be our face group, but just everything Chris said. You know what I mean? 10 million, 20 million. I want this group to not only be a group. I mean, I want this group to be able to change laws. Why are we always on the back burner? Why is us dads always betrayed as the buffoons on TV? Just like Travis had said earlier. Why are we always portrayed as the buffoon? I mean, look at Holmes, for instance. Why is he the dud? Us dads were more than that. We are parents too, and we have a voice. We're tired of sitting down. We are going to stand up and say, look, I'm a parent. We're here. We love our kids just as much as mothers do, and we're going to stand up.
I'm gonna try to stay as humble with this one as possible. In 5 years, I would like to see myself and at least half the admin staff sitting in a room with the Supreme Court changing some parental laws in this country. This has gotten outrageous.
That's humble, bro. That's
I, I,
humble.
I'm gonna
That
try,
ain't
man. I
humble.
try.
That's
Hey,
Hey,
that's
look,
large and in
I'm
charge.
trying.
here's the
Dude,
thing,
look,
Travis.
enough
I
is
want to see
enough, man.
outrageous. What's your
I'm
outrageous
trying.
thought?
Outrageous?
What's
None
your
of us are
outrageous
working
thought? Give
anymore.
it to me.
I mean, right now, you wouldn't even have to wait 5 years. I don't know if you guys know this. And some of you may be aware. Gabriel just put up a website, www.paternityfraudusa.com, and it's set up in such a way that he has every different state sort of broken out. And I think what they're going to put are all the legislators, senators, all the representatives for each of the different states, because with 46,000 people, I'm sure a huge chunk of which are in the United States. They can go to his page, they can find their state, they can either add to the list of representatives the contact information, email address, the phone numbers, and with the audience that you have right now, you have the ability to influence legislation right now. In 5 years, that should be it should be a no-brainer. I mean, the easiest one, of course, is the one I mentioned earlier, which is paternity fraud.
And isn't Texas one of the biggest offenders too when it comes to that? Aren't they one of the worst?
In fact,
It's not even just about paternity fraud, man. I mean, when you look at child support in a whole, some guys are literally given at least almost 50% of their pay toward supporting their child, and they get nothing back from taxes at the end of the year, and they're left to live just about on bare bones, and still expect, hey, I need you to be able to also do this with our child.
right. I mean, I was talking to Nicholas Fernandez last week. 55% of his after-tax, his net pay, is for child support. And in this case, it's for a child that's not related to him. So this is a paternity fraud case. Nicholas has got 4 girls, 3 of whom are toddlers that he's raising. He can't afford to feed them. He cannot keep a roof over their heads because he's paying more than half of his take-home, his net income, out to somebody else. So you're right. It's even if that case was to a child that was his, 55% of his net take-home is going to one child.
And the other 4
are going hungry.
Are left for what? Yeah, it's a shame.
You're right, man. It's terrible. I mean, there's some dads who literally live in literal dumps just about because they have to pay so much in child support, and they can barely survive. It's
and
ugly,
half of them
man.
have 50% custody at that. You're paying child support and you have 50% custody.
Yeah, If you have 50%
Explain that
custody,
for
I
a second,
think-
please.
I
Give
think
me
no
one
need
good
for you to have
reason
to
why
pay
you have
child
that.
support.
Right.
I mean, that makes
That's
no
50%
sense
is,
whatsoever.
isn't it? I don't
Yeah,
know.
basically.
No sense whatsoever.
Yeah.
Dads, we get a rough deal out here, man. So we're trying to change it.
My
Their
dad
dads can
divorced
do a
my
great
mom,
job.
was left with $35 in his pocket. Had to go live with his mother for 10 years before he got back on his feet.
And how old
My
was he when
mom
he had
took
to
him for everything. He was 35 years old. His mother never left because at that point she was getting older, and when she got to the point, he ended up taking her in anyways. So he never not lived with her again. I mean,
This
it's a systemic problem. It's a systemic issue that's gone
here's the
way out
thing.
of proportion.
I mean, we have guys out in Australia who are telling us about it. Guys in the UK, South Africa, all of them. They're all going through the same stuff.
Mozambique,
like,
even.
Enough,
I
yes,
mean,
enough is enough. I mean, you can't cut. We're not paychecks. We're
there's
parents.
no corner of the world you can go away from
Exactly.
this problem.
Exactly. We're dads.
Just like that nothing
Sorry,
box, right?
guys.
Nothing drives a woman crazier than a man doing nothing. Because what are you doing? So
I love the nothing box. I love it.
Doing nothing. I was just putting little man on the potty.
Speaking of kids, give me a minute. I gotta go kiss mine and go into bed.
yeah, actually, it's not done yet, and this is going to happen very soon. But ABOD.rocks, ROCKS. That's going to be our actual website outside of Facebook. We're going to do this the right way to start this off. We're going to have T-shirts soon. It's going to happen. Trust me. We're going to partner with people.
Oh,
It's
yes.
happening. There's a lot going on. If you pay attention within the next couple of months.
If you enjoyed the show and want to see more, join our Facebook page called The Man Cave by Gentlemen United. All of our shows, tons of additional content, and invitations to future shows are posted there. You can add to the conversation and suggest future discussion topics. Please like, comment, share, and most of all, subscribe by clicking the Gentlemen United icon. I promise it's free. Thanks again for joining us in The Man Cave.
Enjoyed the show? Like, share, and subscribe. And thanks for joining us in The Man Cave.